Welcome back to my channel. I have an Azure haul for you today, and this haul was $228.58, and it was a mixture of food and toiletry kitchen style of items. So shipping was $18.24, and then because of the Azure cash I got $4.27 off. And I just want to thank everyone who has used my link in the past. I really appreciate it. It gives us a little bit of a discount on our groceries, so if you've never ordered from Azure before, check out the link below. And then I also have the new 15 coupon code you can use to get 15% off of your first order. So let's get to what I ordered first. Usually I do food, but I'm going to do the non-food items first, starting with toilet paper. I got the biggest batch of toilet paper you can get. This is the one I always get. It is 4 of these 12 packs in a box. It's good quality. I like that it doesn't have any nasty ingredients, fragrance, dyes, inks, because we are using this on our body. So I tried to be very mindful of what we put in and on our bodies. And so for the big box, 4 packs of these 12 packs of rolls, it was $38.29. And then if you do it price per roll, which is usually what I like to do just to see if it's actually a good deal, these were 80 cents per roll. So I got the Mountain Sweet watermelon seeds. They're organic. And then I also got this Early Moonbeam watermelon seeds. I thought these were interesting because it is a yellow watermelon. And the description, it sounded really good, like it's very flavorful. And the description of the Mountain Sweet watermelon also sounded good because they are huge. It says these oblong melons average 20 to 35 pounds and are very productive. So I've actually never had great success with planting watermelon seeds. We did plant them last year and our watermelons stopped growing at about that size, and then some animal ate into it. So I'm hoping for better odds this year, and praise God, they have scripture on their seed packets. Whatsoever a man sows, that he will also reap. But he who sows to the Spirit will of the Spirit reap everlasting life. Galatians 6:7-8. And this is why I love Azure. This is the Azure husbandry seeds. And if you've watched any of my videos with Scott, we talk about our values, and we try to keep our money in the hands of people who share our values. And the family who started Azure and owns it, they are Christians, so I'd rather give them my money than some of the crazy people of the world. The cheesecloth was on sale this month, and I love just having an abundance of cheesecloth on hand because I use it for many reasons. I make my own oils with herbs, so like jojoba infused with, I actually just strained one the other day with cheesecloth, and it was a hair oil, and the herbs that I had in it was dried rosemary, clover, chamomile, I can't remember, I should have wrote it down, but it was just a mixture of herbs. I just looked up what herbs are good for hair, and then I combined them all in a bottle and filled it up with jojoba oil, and I left it under my bathroom cabinet for probably 3 months and just shake it every time I open my cabinet and see it. And I just filtered that and started using it the other day. I also use it as a cleanser on my face to get my makeup off. And I like the cheesecloth because it's an easy way to strain it and squeeze out all of that oil so nothing is wasted. But there's lots of uses for this, and I like that it is organic and unbleached. This was $3.45 on sale. Next up is the Trace Minerals. So this is my first time ordering this, but being in the Freely Rooted group, it's a course that I took. I'm sure you've heard of the podcast. They talk about making sure you get minerals, and I did take my HTMA test back in the summer, and that is a hair mineral analysis test. They basically take a sample of your hair and they can see where your mineral levels are at, both good minerals and then also like things that aren't so good, like lead. So as you know, our water is lacking in minerals because it gets filtered and chlorine, and so it is recommended that you add minerals back into your water. And so I thought I would give these a try because they were on sale. This was $34.18, and basically what you do to start out with, the directions say taking 10 drops a day, and then after 3 days you can increase that to 40 drops throughout the day, not 40 drops all at once. I have used this 2 days now, and I put 5 drops in a glass of water, and even with just 5 drops you can definitely taste the mineralness of it. So they recommend to take it with juice, which is probably the better way to go because it has this mineral taste to the water, which I don't really enjoy actually. So I probably will just be taking it with my orange juice. But this is a very good, clean brand, and we'll see if we like it. Now onward to food items. I got the 6-pack of the Lakewood Organic Pure Lemon Juice. This was on sale this month. It was $45 for 6 bottles, making it $7.50 per bottle, which is a great deal for the 32 fluid ounce bottles. And I went ahead and got these because whenever it is canning season, canning my tomatoes, salsa, I always end up flying through the lemon juice. And also, if you have violets growing in your yard, you can make violet jelly. And even if you just wanted to make like violet tea, there comes a point in the process where when you add lemon juice to the violet soaked water, the color changes from this like purple color to this like pink color. It's so fun, especially if you have kids, to like make it a homeschooling project. It's really cool. So yeah, we use lemon juice for an abundance of things, but especially with canning season coming up, and this stuff is very expensive. So thought I would go ahead and get this while it's on sale. And of course, the usual Sierra Nevada raw medium cheddar cheese. I always get the times 2 5-pound blocks because that's the best value for your money, and I just can't say enough about this cheese. It's amazing. It's delicious. I don't even freeze it. Mozzarella I would definitely freeze if I got the big pack and I opened it. But this, I just cut it as I go and make sure I cover it with beeswax wrap, and it lasts really well. And we usually fly through cheese anyways, and this is such a good quality cheese. For the weight of this, it ended up being $66.37, and it is $6.82 per pound, which is an amazing deal. Most of the time, that's what it is for an 8-ounce block of raw cheddar if you get it from the store. So I'm always stocking up on these. And the last food item I got is the frozen red tart cherries. I believe these were also on sale, which is why I got them. They were $21.30 for a 5-pound bag, making them $4.26 per pound. And I actually opened these up after I got them and tried a few, and they are so good. They taste like pie cherries, so if you like making cherry pie, I think this is a great value because they are organic. I also will use these in smoothies. And then Scott and I were talking, I make these jelly gummies, and he mentioned, what if I used real fruit, like a blend of my own fruit juice with the puree, the actual fruit in it, to make the jellies, since it's refrigerated anyways. So I think I'm gonna give it a go. I haven't looked into it enough, but I have not seen anyone do that using fresh or frozen fruit to make gummies out of gelatin powder. So I'm gonna give that a go, and we will see if it works out. Okay, I've decided, let's go ahead and give this a go with the frozen cherries and the beef gelatin, and let's make these gummies and see if this actually works. My favorite gelatin is the Perfect Bovine Gelatin from Perfect Supplements. It is amazing quality, it works great, it doesn't give off that beefy flavor. And I have my link below and a coupon code to get 10% off. And anytime you order 3, you get a bulk discount, and then you can use the coupon on top of that. Or if you order 6, you get another even more bulk discount, and you can still use the 10% off code, which is Home with Kelly 10. So let's try this out. All right, so I have 2 cups of the frozen organic cherries, adding that to the Vitamix. I don't know how well this would work with other blenders, but the Vitamix works really well for this type of stuff. I turn mine up to high speed and let it blend for a bit, and then it kind of got stuck, so I opened it up and just used a spatula to push it back down. And at this point I tried it out and it tasted like a cherry slushy. It was so delicious. This would be such a fun summertime treat for little kids. And then I turned it back on and let it blend for a little longer, and at this point I just went ahead and scooped it out back into my measuring cup so I could see exactly how much was in there. That way I know how much gelatin I need to add. Then I add the maple syrup, which I also get from Azure, and then I add the gelatin. So I always add 3 tablespoons of gelatin per cup of liquid, and since this was a little less than 2 cups, I added 5 tablespoons of gelatin. And then I just mixed it up. Normally you're supposed to let gelatin bloom for a bit, but because this puree was so thick, it wasn't really absorbing into it, so I mixed it up really well. And then I turned on the heat and I just kept on mixing and stirring it. And you can see the consistency right now is still frozen and pretty thick, and the gelatin hasn't melted yet. And this is a little bit longer, and just continuing to stir. I have it on medium to high heat, so around 6 temperature. And then at this point it was nice and foamy. The gelatin was totally mixed, and I figured this was a good time to take it off of the heat and pour it into my glass bowl. I probably let it go a little too long, but it still worked out fine. And then I went ahead and put it in the refrigerator. And this was about after an hour and a half I took it out, sliced it up, and it turned out so beautiful. They are delicious. They are so good. I definitely think I probably could have done a little less gelatin. So I did 5 scoops and it was a little less than 2 cups. So I think maybe I could have done a little bit less, but it tastes like candy. And it's not super sweet because I didn't add a whole lot of maple syrup. It's just the sweetness of the cherries, but it's very good. The last little gummies that I made were grape, not from concentrate, just organic Concord grape juice. And I'll show you the difference of consistency between this, which is the puree, and the juice. And that is all I have for today. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's given you ideas, and I bless you and hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day.